All right, we'll move on to our next one. It's another former New Jersey Devil. Miles Wood moves on from the Devils to the Colorado Avalanche, and I think you guys will agree with me. The term on this deal is probably the most surprising. It is also a 6-year deal with an AAV of $2.5 million. So probably one of the more surprising deals from free agency over the weekend. I think that's fair to say. Miles Wood, 2.5 times 6 with the Colorado Avalanche. Case, what do you have to say about this one?
I'm going to give it a B- actually, and I think that's going to surprise a lot of people. Wow. I think the AAV makes some good sense here. The 6 years is wild. That's I don't know. You don't hear about that very often unless you're on the New York Islanders, but especially for a guy who suffers from injuries like he does. But the real reason I'm going to give it a B- is because I think with some more ice time and some good health, Miles Wood could have demanded some decent money, some bunting money in 2 years. So if he pans out, he stays healthy, you play him on your third line or maybe throw him up on the second line every once in a while, or put him in front of the net on that good power play. I think he can put up some good numbers, and in 2-3 years' time, this contract looks pretty good. Now, there is a lot of risk in signing him for 6 years. Not a nothing AAV, but I don't know. I still like this because I think that this is a player that really needed a change of scenery. He was getting buried in New Jersey. He suffered with injuries. So I'm excited to see what Miles can do. Great locker room guy, great community guy. I can't say enough good things about Miles Wood, except it was time for him to move on.
Yeah. So, Case, you gave it a B-. That was the grade?
Yeah.
I'm going to go with a D+ for this one. I was absolutely shocked when I saw this deal. $2.5 million for 6 years for a guy who could not get into the lineup on the New Jersey Devils. I know New Jersey was good and he was injured, but come on, 2.5. I thought this guy was going to get 1 times 1 on a prove-it deal. That is shocking to me. But you know what? It wouldn't surprise me either if it works out in Colorado, just because of the team that they have there. And if he plays elevated minutes, like you said, Case, it wouldn't shock me at all. What I've learned from this free agency this year, this free agent period, is that I want Miles Wood's agent, or Justin Hall's agent, honestly, because he got a whopper of a deal. Or if I'm a player, I want to be signing and negotiating with Lou Lamoriello, because then you're going to get signed forever, like everyone on that team who got 7 years or 7+ years. But and I just wanted to say, too, there's a reason we're not talking about all those players. They were re-signings, not free agents on the open market who went to a different team. Yeah. But wow.
Lou Lamoriello, cash and checks he's not going to have to pay.
No, sir.
You think he's going to be being a GM in 9 years? Sorokin's 9 more years. Scott Mayfield 7 years. Pierre Engvall 7 years. How long do you think Lou Lamoriello is going to be paying those guys?
When he's 115, he will still be the GM of this team, and so will Pierre Engvall. He will still be playing for this team, and that third line will remain intact. But yeah, anyway, back to Wood. Or fourth line, I guess now. It started as a third line. It's been there forever. Miles Wood, though, D+. I thought this was one of the most mind-boggling deals of the day.
I think they gambled here.
Oh, it's a massive gamble. And I guess maybe I'm just more risk-adverse than Joe Sakic and company there. But I don't know. That seems crazy to me. Harp, what were your thoughts?
Yeah, well, Chris McFarland, the GM, in the second off season, and we've seen this before, right? Took a huge gamble on Valeri Nichushkin with that 8-year deal at just over $6 million per, and after what was a great Stanley Cup playoff run for Nichushkin, but that's got some risk attached to it, and so McFarland is taking a bit of a risk once again with term for a guy who has had a rough couple of years in New Jersey. But look, he's only 27 years old. We've seen what Miles Wood can do. He lightning quick speed, plays that hard north-south kind of game, and I think should be a 20-goal guy at some point. I'm surprised that he's never hit that mark yet. He's had 19. That's his career high in goals. And so with the way that Colorado plays, fast, hard, I could see this being a good fit. But yeah, the term definitely was surprising. Although as far as team fit is concerned with Lehkonen and some of those other guys, I will give this a B.
Yeah, I think that he fits this system really well. He did have 17 goals in 55 games one year, so that, he stays healthy. He's for sure a 20-goal guy that season.
Yeah.
So I think he's guaranteed for 15 goals and 35 points next year or something like that. Maybe 30 points because he's a only goal scorer. But I think he brings a different element and something that, is going to fit in well with Colorado.
Yeah.
Sorry, just last point. When I looked at this deal, the first thing I thought about was, first of all, that's crazy. That's too much. But also, did this prevent them from signing Evan Rodriguez? Could they have made it work with Evan Rodriguez, who is objectively a way better player?
I don't.
Ross Colton, I think, kind of got in the way of that.
I don't know, man. I just who is Miles Wood better than on New Jersey? No one, clearly, right? He wasn't in the lineup. So why does he make $2.5 million now? It's shocking to me. I know it's circumstance matters, but I was just blown away.
Well, I think he's better than the whole fourth line of New Jersey, but
yeah,
I don't know.
He wasn't playing.
He played 76 games last year.
No, I know, but in the playoffs.
Yeah, neither was Sharon Govich, and they were picking and choosing. It was who plays, who's playing well.
Maybe I shouldn't read in too much into that, but anyway.